Hi, this is Josh Delmeter from Grant Middle School again, and this video I'm going to walk through some of the common mistakes that people have when they are creating cards. So first, before I get started, I just want to mention that I'm going to be using two older versions of Maven. The first one is this preview version. It's the beta of the new Maven that's out. And then the other one is going to be, excuse me, the original version of Maven. So you may see some different things, some different features in both of those different things, and that would be why. So the first thing I want to do here is I'm just going to open up a card and kind of walk through that process of creating and show you where those common mistakes would occur. So now we're going through and doing some pretty simple stuff: message name, message type, and down here is the release date for your card. One common thing that happens is that people don't put in that release date because they're not ready for their card to go out to their students, and they forget to do that when they want it to come out. So just double check. You can date these for the future. For instance, if today is the 14th, so I could release this on the 19th. And then your expiration date, you still need to make sure that you're doing that so the students can finish their card. That could be the same day, or you could extend that for however long you want. Just make sure you double check and you get those two dates in. Target audience. This can be used a lot of different ways. Somebody in your building could send a card to everybody. That would be to your administrators, your teachers, your counselors, and all of your students. Specific user types. Your building administrator could send that out to a specific group of people. If you have a system administrator for your building, they could send that out to all of these as well. Graduating class is a nice feature. So in this one, let me check this here. I jump over to the legacy version to give you a better idea of what that looks like. So here you can see those specific classes. And now I could, this would be this year's freshman, incoming freshman. So I could send a message, a card to that group of students, and it would only go to them. You can add other groups as well. So maybe you need your freshmen and your sophomores, or you need your 7th grade students. So that's a nice option for you. I'm going to stay right here in the legacy for a second and talk about this course section one. So for this one here, you would be able to actually pick a section, and I'm sorry, I have to jump over here to the preview. So here you can type in a specific class that you want, and you can just send a message to that class. Now, here is one of the biggest mistakes that I see in quality checking. I have the class here. It is actually not added to the card. I need to come over here to the right side and click this blue plus. And now you can see that card or that section has been added. So double check, make sure that you see these sections right here. You can add multiple sections, but they have to all show up in this spot for the cards to go out to those students. Okay. This was mentioned in one of the other videos that we've put out. This embed code has to be, or there has to be something there. And when you do this, make sure that you have done two things. One, make sure that you have set your privacy settings to at least on listed, if not public, and also make sure that the video has been approved for your domain. If you haven't done that, then your students will not be able to view those cards. And that's going to be for any embedded video, and that's also going to be for any of the videos down here that you may add using a URL. Okay. Down here at the bottom, these questions, they have to be done. These cannot be left blank. So when you're here, obviously this is a simple multiple choice question. But one of the biggest mistakes that I see is people will have these options and they'll forget to choose one of these. And Maven does have a feature now where when you try to save it, it will tell you that you haven't picked one of these to be the correct answer. Message feedback request. Again, this has to be done. If it's not done, the student will not be able to finish the card. And I'm just going to walk through what that looks like from my perspective so you can get an idea of how to do this. Here you're going to give the student an open-ended question that they can answer in a variety of different ways. So I might, as a science teacher, I might say, in the scientific method. And now my question is here. What I need to do is click this add option, and I see quite often people will leave this spot blank. You need to have something in this space, and what I always do is I tell the student exactly how I want them to answer the question. So for this one, explain the scientific method, I might have them write a paragraph. Then you have to pick one of these two options. So here, this is the one that would just show up one text box. This includes sub options. You could actually pick and have them do multiple ways to answer that question. But we're going to forego that right now. So I'm just going to click show text box for additional input. I would always highly recommend that you're doing the preview and message card at the end so that way you can see what that's going to look like. And let me jump back over here to the preview, and I'll pick a card and show you that real quick again. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom, click preview message, and then you'll be able to see what that card's going to look like from a student's perspective. Thank you for watching, and good luck making your cards.